book of Psalms, chapter 64, and verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear it and shall declare the work of God Yahweh. For they shall wisely consider his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord Yahweh by Shem Hawashai, and shall trust in him. And all the upright in heart shall glory. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Hawashai, Wahara Kakudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen. Some look like the heathen, beginning with 144,000. Preachers, teachers, and prophets. Shalom. And what you have in this video right here is 12 minutes, something like 24 seconds long. I'm going to play it. She's going to tell you that what Trump was saying last night at the, what do you call it, man? Yeah, the State of the Union. I watched it. Man, look. You know, whenever we do the Willie How about Shemar Shah, it's never a waste of time. But when I tell y'all, man, he said the same things that he was saying every time you see this nigga face, man. The same exact things. And there's also articles about it saying that he was lying. Hey, but real quick, it says, we did not hear the truth. I'm sorry, quote, we did not hear the truth, end quote. Spanberger delivers Democrat response to Trump's State of the Union. Right, she gonna tell you he was lying. All right? America's not good. He is not making it better, but he's making it worse. And she's also going to mention civil war. He's causing division. All right? He's causing major division. Hey, you get this Mark 3 and 24. I'm going to read it in the NLT. Right? Because when I play the video, I'm going to just let it ride all the way through. Mark 3 and 24 in the NLT. A divided kingdom by civil war. A kingdom divided by civil war will collapse, you see? And this is what we're witnessing. Similarly, a family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And this is what we're seeing, these family of Edomites, man, splitting up, man. Because she's a Democrat. You know, these Republican parties, they coming up against each other, spilling the beans, all right? And if Satan is divided and fights against himself, how can he stand? He would never survive, all right? Okay? Now, real quick, you get Daniel chapter 5, because, hey, we at the end of this thing. You know what? Just to back up that civil war. See, this is what Esau is doing, man. If y'all can't see and understand that this is Babylon, the last kingdom to rule before our Lord Yahushua returns, if you can't see these so-called white people, beginning with the elites or the Edomites, according to the seed line of their father, hey, and we can see it based upon the actions and behavior, and hey, man, hey, this just ain't for you, man. Now, you get Proverbs chapter 6 real quick. And verse, let me see, let's further down. And 16, these 6 things doeth the Lord Yahweh Shemam shall hate. Yes, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, Esau. A lying tongue, Esau. And hands that shed innocent blood, Esau. And heart that devises wicked imaginations, Esau. Feet that be swift in running to mischief, Esau. A false witness that speaketh lies, Esau. And he that soweth discord among brethren, Esau. You see, he is causing the division. This is the cruel Lord. All right? He, him. Meaning he is him. That cruel Lord is causing this division, man. All this lying and got people thinking that things gonna get better. He's lying to my since he's been in power, the economy has gotten better. No, since you came in 2016, your first term, you brought that division. And that's what you were supposed to do. Hey, Yahweh Shema Shah use you to boost up the pride and the confidence of these Edomites to allow them to say and do whatever they feel and think that there wasn't going to be any consequences. But now we're in the time of judgment, all right? We're in the time of, hey, you receiving your righteous reward, man, all right? Which is a righteous recompense. Hey, you're the one that's bringing this place down, and it's all by design. Hey, it's you and your pride, okay? And it's all by design, so these elites can bring forth this digital system, this new world order, this MOTB. And you get Isaiah, hey, y'all the ones going everywhere starting wars, lying, hey, it's coming out that hey down there in Mexico, it ain't even really like that. You know, hey, say America got CIA operatives down there, man, that took that man out. So, and I was thinking about that too, cause see what America does with that, or do with their social media, which is witchcraft, right? Man, they always paint the narrative like something's going on, so they could justify and doing what they doing, man. All right, but now the nation's speaking up. All right, the truth coming out. Hey, you fail to realize like people got reporters out there, man. All right, they're going to get the inside scoop, and Yahweh Shema Shai is allowing these people to do that so we could get the information and bring everything out in the scriptures, man. All right. Well, you get Isaiah 19:2 in the NLT. It says, I will make Egyptian fight against Egyptian, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against kingdom, city against city, province against province. You see? It says the Egyptians will lose heart and will confuse their plans. The Egyptians will lose heart, and I will confuse their plans. They will plead with their idols for wisdom and call on spirits, mediums, and those who consult the spirits of the dead. You see? So, in other words, they're trying everything in their power to try to save this place, but no, it's done. It's done. It's finished, man. All right? And hey, this civil war is only going to intensify. Now, technically, we already in it. All right? Because right now, it's in the stage of a verbal altercation, protesting against the government, and things of that nature. Okay? But soon, it's going to go hands-on. All right? It's division everywhere. Trump, you see? Hey, because real quick, when you get Daniel 5:24, because these Edomites, right, most definitely Trump, hey, they going into this 250-year anniversary. They spending all these millions and billions of dollars on have parades, where they plan on have parades and this, that, and the third. And that's just like during the time when the Babylonians went down, man. Belshazzar was partying, all right, getting everything together, and the Persians and the Medes came through and took the kingdom over. Well, the same thing will happen this time. Well, I'm not saying the Persians back then and are now, which are still is, or still are, whatever, are the Iranians, all right, which would be Iran. And the Medes back then was Japheth. That's the original Medes. But Russia is in their land. All right. So when you go into prophecies like Jeremiah, okay, Isaiah, when it speaks of the Medes, and Ezekiel, when it speaks of the Medes destroying America or Babylon, it's talking about Russia. All right. And that's the spirit because the Medes and Russians, the Medes and the Persians were allies then, and the Medes and the Persians today are allies today. All right? Now, you think it's a coincidence that, hey, concerning this 250-year anniversary of Trump, his administration, and Babylon is so hyped up full of pride, going to, hey, all them plans and all this mirth they're talking about they're going to do, and this, that, and the third, hey, you got war at an all-time high. All right? China is giving Iran nuclear weapons, you know, and things of that nature, and things heating up. Got all them troops back east in Saudi Arabia and the Persian Gulf. All right. Hey, you get Daniel 5:25. It says, let's start at 24. I want to read it in NLT. It says, so God Yahweh has sent this hand to write this message. This is the message. You know what? Yeah, this is the message. This is the message. This is the message that was written. Mene, tekel, and parson. This is what these words mean. Mene means numbered. God Yahweh has numbered the days of your reign and has brought it to an end. All right? Now, just like that Babylonian Empire back then went down, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai says that, hey, he has numbered the brought forth numbered the times, or he has created bounds that you cannot pass. So Yahweh Shema Shai has stamped what time he's going to take you out. And we're close to that time. All right? It says, and we're at the time today that this is the end of the reign of Esau, the end of the reign of Babylon. It says, verse 27, Tekel means weighed. You have been weighed on the balances and have not measured up full of wickedness. Parson means divided. Your kingdom has been divided and given into the Medes and the Persians. And these are the same people that's gonna take you out today. All right, we just explained who they are today. All right. So you see, hey, hey, prophecy here, man. Prophecy here. Hey, real quick. I'm gonna let them tell you, cause they even said Trump was lying. Hey, look right here. It says Bill Gates admits to affairs. Hey, everything coming out, man. All right. Bill Gates admits to affairs. Apologized for Epstein relationship. WSJ reports. I think they say he messed around with 2 Russian females. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. Hell, I messed with 2 Russian females too. You know? But hey, just going to show, hey, but he was with Epstein. Alright? You see? So all this freakism coming out. It says right here, Iran reacts to Trump's 2026 State of the Union, accuses him of big lies. Let's play that real quick. And when we can play the video at the end of the woman saying that he was lying. Cause you know, Trump, he said the same joint every daggone, every single time he speak, man. So, you know, we watch just to see if he say something new. But, you know, man, ain't never nothing new with this nigga, man.
The president also said Iran is working to build nuclear weapons that could threaten the U.S. This morning, Iran's foreign minister called that a lie. The U.S. is adding to its military buildup in the region ahead of new negotiations tomorrow. Charlie D'Agata has more from Tel Aviv. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning to you, Nate. So President Trump doubled down on his threats to Iran, saying he wouldn't allow the country he called the world's biggest sponsor of terrorism to have a nuclear weapon. In fact, accusing Iran of developing missiles to reach the United States, a claim we can't verify. What is clear is the U.S. military buildup shows no sign of slowing down. Over the past 24 hours alone, we've learned of a new squadron of F-22 stealth fighter jets that have actually arrived here in Israel. And take a look at the influx of combat aircraft, from fighter jets to heavy lift transport planes at U.S. bases across the region. Then there's the warships. You got the Ford aircraft carrier now in the Mediterranean, again off the coast of Israel. The Lincoln carrier, which is in the Arabian Sea. At least a dozen guided missile destroyers. Overall, the largest build.
Real quick, you see all that yellow? Not Turkey. Not Turkey, but all that yellow, that's our land. All right? All that's where all the troops are right now. That's pretty much the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right? The valley of Yahweh's judgment. That's where they're all linking up at. And they're going to get destroyed. All right? When you get Joel 2 and Joel 3. And also the valley of Armageddon. All right? The mountain of troops or the valley of troops. That's in Revelation.
Up this region has seen since the invasion of Iraq in 2003. Pressure is mounting inside Iran, too. Protests have started up again. And on the social media platform X, CIA is actually posting messages in Farsi urging demonstrators to contact the agency and how to do so safely, which all sets the stage for talks tomorrow in Geneva. Iran still looking for some kind of diplomatic breakthrough, and the stakes could not be higher. Nora?
Wow, Charlie, that was a great recap of everything that is happening. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just wanted to hit that real quick. Now let's get let me see. I think that's all the scriptures we got. I just want to hit these articles real quick. Then we'll play the video. Check this out right here. 1,355 visa hires. Thousands of Americans laid off. Now Tesla must explain. All right, why they doing it? Because it's cheaper labor, man. Pay them less. See, hey, like Trump keep telling y'all. Well, we keep telling y'all through the spirit of prayer how about Shema Shah. Trump be lying. All this we creating jobs. Yeah, it's for the robots. Hey, he sent all them Ching Chong chains back. What was it earlier this year? I think earlier this year, late last year. ICE rounded them up when they was in that factory and took them back to China, I believe. But then he called for them back. It was like, nah, they are laborers. You know, because they getting paid less. All right? But see, they work them like slaves. Like they do us. But hey, they pay them, work them the same or harder, but pay them less. All right? So you see, man, hey, this place, man, hey. Hey, that's why these jobs, you got these people, these companies, everybody on YouTube talking about it ain't about the robots, it ain't about AI. It's about these companies saving money. Well, that's a part of it too, but you're a damn life. You saying it ain't about robots. It is about robots and technology. That's the future, man, of Babylon. But it ain't gonna last long. So everybody like to get on YouTube and say what they think, but hey, a lot of y'all be wrong. Check this out. One day ago, most Americans, including 30% of Republicans, believe Trump is becoming erratic with age. Now you get this word erratic, right? Pretty much it means he's a problem. And he's lying. Erratic. Not even or regular in pattern of movement. Unpredictable. You see? He is unpredictable. All right? And he lying. Let me see. I think that was it on the articles. Now we'll play this video. Yeah. We play the video now. With Tyrese. Yeah, I think that's it for right now. Yeah. Let's play this joint. And that'll be it. I'm not going to stop the video. I'm going to just play it, let it ride through. All right. Everything was expounded upon.
The General gives you a break to keep you covered. Yeah, whether it's on your car insurance or taking a break from being the auto-tune guy.
Good evening.
Again, quote, we did not hear the truth, end quote. Spanberger delivers Democrat response to Trump's State of the Union. So pray for Nancy House.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to historic Williamsburg. We are gathered here in the chambers of the Burgesses. In 1705, the people of the Virginia colony gathered here to take on the extraordinary task of governing themselves. Before there was a Declaration of Independence, a Constitution, or a Bill of Rights, there were people in this room. The people who served here ultimately dreamed of what a new nation, unlike anything the world had ever seen, could be. The United States was founded on the idea that ordinary people could reject the unacceptable excesses of poor leadership, band together to demand better of their government, and create a nation that would be an example for the world. And this year, as we celebrate 250 years since America declared our independence from tyranny, I can think of no better place to speak to you as we reflect on the current state of our union. Tonight, as we watched our nation's lawmakers gather for a joint session of Congress, we did not hear the truth from our president. So let's speak plainly and honestly, and let me ask you, the American people watching at home, 3 questions. Is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? Is the president working to keep Americans safe both at home and abroad? Is the president working for you? As I campaigned for governor last year, I traveled to every corner of Virginia And I heard the same pressing concern everywhere. Costs are too high in housing, healthcare, energy, and childcare. And I know these same conversations are being had all across this country. Because since this president took office last year, his reckless trade policies have forced American families to pay more than $1,700 each in tariff costs. Small businesses have suffered, farmers have suffered, some losing entire markets. Everyday Americans are paying the price. And even though the Supreme Court struck these tariffs down 4 days ago, the damage to us, the American people, has already been done. Meanwhile, the president is planning for new tariffs, another massive tax hike on you and your family. And Republicans in Congress, they remain unwilling to assert their constitutional authority to stop him. They're making your life harder. They're making your life more expensive. They're even making it more difficult to see a doctor. Rural health clinics in Virginia and across the country are already closing their doors thanks to the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, championed by the president and Republicans in Congress. And tonight, the president celebrated this law, the one threatening rural hospitals, stripping health care from millions of Americans and driving up costs in energy and housing, all while cutting food programs for hungry kids. But here in Virginia, I am working with our state legislature to lower costs and make the Commonwealth more affordable. And it's not just me. Democrats across the country are laser focused on affordability in our nation's capital and in state capitals and communities across America. In the most innovative and exceptional nation in the history of the world, Americans deserve to know that their leaders are focused on addressing the problems that keep them up at night. Problems that dictate where you live, whether you can afford to start a business or whether you have to skip a prescription in order to buy groceries. So I'll ask again, is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? We all know the answer is no. I grew up in a house of service. My mother was a nurse and my father was a career law enforcement officer. I began my career by following in my father's footsteps as a federal agent working money laundering and narcotics cases. I worked side by side with local and state police to keep our community safe and to uphold and enforce the law. Law enforcement officers across the country know that it is a unique responsibility to do the serious work of investigating crimes, comforting victims, and making arrests. It's about building trust, and that requires an abiding sense of duty and commitment to community. And yet, our president has sent poorly trained federal agents into our cities, where they have arrested and detained American citizens and people who aspire to be Americans. And they have done it without a warrant. They have ripped nursing mothers away from their babies. They have sent children, a little boy in a blue bunny hat, children to far-off detention centers. And they have killed American citizens in our streets. And they have done it all with their faces masked from accountability. Every minute spent sowing fear is a minute not spent investigating murders, crimes against children, or the criminals defrauding seniors of their life savings. Our president told us tonight that we are safer because these agents arrest mothers and detain children. Think about that. Our broken immigration system is something to be fixed, not an excuse for unaccountable agents to terrorize our communities. After working in law enforcement, I continued my career of service as a CIA officer, working undercover to protect the United States and our allies from global threats, terrorism, nuclear weapons, and the aggression of adversarial nations around the globe. But as the president spoke of his perceived successes tonight, he continues to cede economic power and technological strength to Russia, bow down to to China, bow down to a Russian dictator, and make plans for war with Iran.
Your upgrade is ready, Miss Langley.
My upgrade?
Enjoy.
See y'all later.
Experience the sounds of Nashville with Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Sorry for the commercial.
Let's run in here.
For what?
Well, there's
Kitchen cleaning, home decor, rugs and carpets, even floors.
With Iran. Here's the truth. Over the last year, through Doge, mass firings, and the appointment of deeply unserious people to our nation's most serious positions, our president has endangered the long and storied history of the United States of America being a force for good. So I'll ask again, is the president working to keep Americans safe, both at home and abroad? We all know the answer is no. In his speech tonight, the president did what he always does. He lied, he scapegoated, and he distracted. And he offered no real solutions to our nation's pressing challenges, so many of which he is actively making worse. He tries to divide us. He tries to enrage us, to pit us against one another, neighbor against neighbor. And sometimes he succeeds. And so you have to ask, who benefits from his rhetoric, his policies, his actions, the short list of laws he's pushed through this Republican Congress? Somebody must be benefiting. He's enriching himself, his family, his friends. The scale of the corruption is unprecedented. There's the cover-up of the Epstein files, the crypto scams, cozying up to foreign princes for airplanes and billionaires for ballrooms, putting his name and face on buildings all over our nation's capital. This is not what our founders envisioned, not by a long shot. So I'll ask again, is the president working for you? We all know the answer is no. But here's the special thing about America. On our 250th anniversary, we know better than any nation what is possible when ordinary citizens, like those who once dreamed right here in this room, reject the unacceptable and demand more of their government. We see it in the determination of students organizing school walkouts all across the country, whose voices are becoming so powerful that the governor of Texas seeks to silence them. We see it in the bravery of Americans in Minnesota standing up for their communities, from peacefully protesting in sub-zero temperatures to carpooling children to school, so that their immigrant parents are not ripped away from them in the parking lot. As a mother of 3 school-aged daughters, I am inspired by their bravery, but I am sickened that it is necessary. And Americans across the country are taking action. They are going to the ballot box to reject this chaos. With their votes, they are writing a new story, a more hopeful story. In November, I won my election by 15 points. And we won 13 new seats in our state legislature. Because voters decided they wanted something different. Our campaign earned votes from Democrats, Republicans, independents, and everyone in between. Because they knew as citizens they could demand more, that they could vote for what they believe matters, and that they didn't need to be constrained by a party or political affiliation. This is happening across the country. New Jersey elected Mikey Sherrill as governor in a double-digit victory. Democrats flipped state legislative seats in places like Georgia, Iowa, Mississippi, and Texas. The list goes on and on. Ordinary Americans are stepping up to run in the spirit of our forefathers. They are running to demand more and to do more for their neighbors and communities. I know the story well. I first ran for office in 2018 alongside dozens of other Democrats who did the seemingly impossible, flipping 41 seats in Congress. In my case, I was the first Democrat elected in 50 years, swinging our district 17 points. Those who are stepping up now to run will win in November because Americans, you at home, know you can demand more and that we are working to lower costs. We are working to keep our communities and our country safe, and we are working for you. In his farewell address, George Washington warned us about the possibility of, quote, cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men rising to power. But he also encouraged us, all Americans, to unite in a common cause, to move this nation forward. That is our charge once more, and that is what we are seeing across the country. It is deeply American and patriotic to do so, and it is how we ensure that the state of our union remains strong, not just this year, but next 250 years as well, because we, the people, have the power to make change, the power to stand up for what is right, the power to demand more of our nation. May God bless the Commonwealth of Virginia, and may God bless the United States of America.
Yeah, he gonna bless your ass, all right? With an ass whip from your house shot. But yeah, real quick, everybody talking about the midterms, and the way things are going, all this truth coming out, and Trump lying and fabricating numbers, and hey, America's at its lowest point, man. All right, I seriously doubt that there's going to be an election, man, a midterm election. I seriously doubt it. This is just me speaking as a man. It ain't in the scriptures, but I believe, man. I truly believe that something's going to happen, and they're going to blame it on China, Russia, and Iran, and therefore it's not going to be a midterm election. I believe all hell going to break loose. They're going to activate martial law. Something's going to happen to where it ain't going to be no midterms, and you see they're trying to, sign laws and put things in place so people can't vote, so illegals can't vote. They just putting so much in there and trying to do so much because he's trying to preserve that seat. All right? He wants to stay in power. And I just don't see it being a midterm in November, man. I truly believe something will happen. All right? But as you saw with the screen roll down concerning Greenland, the reason why America want Greenland so bad because of the resources for this technology, man. Look that up. But yeah, I just want to hit this real quick through the spirit of prayer. How about Shema? Shout out to the praise my name. How about Shema? Shout out Shalom.